B-R-E-A-T-H-E, find out what it means to breathe. B-R-E-A-T-H-E, that's what breathing means to me.
The respiratory system is composed of many organs, including the nose, the mouth, the pharynx, the larynx, the trachea, the bronchi, the bronchioles, the lungs, the alveoli, and the diaphragm. It is divided structurally into two. The upper respiratory system consisting of the nose, the mouth, and the pharynx, and the lower consisting of the larynx, the trachea, the bronchi, and the lungs. Functionally, it's also divided into two. It is divided into a conducting zone that goes from the nose to the bronchioles, and its duty is to moisten, warm, and filter the air we breathe. Then we have the respiratory zone, in which gas exchange happens. This is in the lungs and the alveoli. Now, each organ has a specific function. The nose has two nostrils, which are divided by cartilage and bone. They are lined with mucus and cilia, and they moisten, warm, and filter some of the impurities in the air we breathe. Then we have the pharynx, which connects to the nose and the mouth. It is a passageway for food and air. It goes to the larynx and to the esophagus in the digestive system. The larynx is open most of the time, but it closes when we swallow, in which case it moves upward into a flap of flesh called the epiglottis and closes. Here are located the vocal cords, which produce our voice. Then we have the trachea that goes from the larynx to the primary bronchi. It is lined with cilia and sweeps remaining impurities from the air. After that, we have the bronchial tree, which consists of the trachea, the primary, secondary, and tertiary bronchi, the bronchioles, and the terminal bronchioles. We have two primary bronchi that come from the trachea. They go to each lung. After that, we have the secondary, then the tertiary, and the bronchioles that are much more. When they reach their end, they are thinner than the trachea. We have the lungs. This is in the lungs. They are cone-shaped and they are in the thoracic cavity. The right lung has 3 lobes and the left has 2 lobes to make room for the heart. These lobes are divided into lobules, which have bronchioles that lead to many alveolar sacs. This is where gas exchange happens.
Respiration is a process of gas exchange in the body. It has 3 basic steps: pulmonary ventilation, external respiration, and internal respiration. Pulmonary ventilation consists of the inhalation and exhalation of air between the atmosphere and the alveoli of the lungs. Inspiration is the active phase of ventilation because this is the phase in which the diaphragm and the external intercostal muscles contract. When the diaphragm is relaxed, it has a dome shape. During inhalation, the diaphragm contracts and lowers while the external intercostal muscles contract, causing the rib cage to move up and out. These contractions result in the increase in the volume of the thoracic cavity, causing the creation of a partial vacuum. External pulmonary respiration consists in the exchange of gases between the air in the alveoli and the blood in the pulmonary capillaries. Gases exert a certain amount of pressure, called partial pressure. Blood in the capillaries has a higher partial pressure of carbon dioxide, causing it to diffuse out of the plasma and go out to the lungs. Partial pressure of oxygen in pulmonary capillaries is lower than in the alveoli, causing oxygen to diffuse into the plasma and then into red blood cells where hemoglobin picks it up. The recording of volume of air movement into and out of the lungs is called spirometry, and it is measured with the help of an spirometer. The volume of air someone inhales and exhales within each breath is called tidal volume. Its average is about 500 milliliters in humans. The maximum volume of air that can be inhaled and exhaled during forced breathing is called vital capacity. It is about 3.5 to 4.5 liters. Vital capacity is higher in athletes and lower in elderly people and cigarette-smoking persons. The volume of air left after forceful expiration is called residual volume. It is about 1200 milliliters. The volume of air that cannot be inspired over and above the normal tidal volume is called reserve volume or IRS, which is about 3000 milliliters. The amount of air that cannot be expired forcefully beyond the formal tidal expiration is called expiratory reserve volume. It is about 1100 milliliters. Smoking has a lot of consequences. Diseases related to smoking are heart diseases, strokes, cancer on lung, mouth, larynx, and esophagus, and a higher risk of getting cancer on the bladder, kidney, pancreas, stomach, and cervix. Passive smokers are susceptible to get pneumonia and bronchitis, while formal smokers could get chronic bronchitis, which is a disease in which the airways produce excess mucus, forcing the smoker to cough frequently. Also, they will be able to get emphysema. On pregnant women, we see stillbirths and babies with low birth weights, while in women who take the birth control pill, they will be susceptible to get blood clots on their legs.
Trivia time!